Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about multiplying fractions and whole numbers. And I know you've actually had some experience with this in third grade that you might not have even known that you were multiplying fractions because you learned how to add fractions and especially unit fractions. And a unit fraction is like 1/8, where you have 1 as the numerator. So it's just one piece of the whole. That's what a unit fraction is. And I know you guys had that. So if we want to multiply 1/8 times 3, we can use 3 different methods. We can use repeated addition, we can use number lines, and we can use area models. And I'm going to show you each one of those. So for repeated addition, like you did in third grade, 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. I'm adding 1/8 3 times because 3 was my whole number that I was multiplying by. So when I have 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8, I know that I have 3/8. Notice that the denominator did not change. Our denominator stayed the same. That's really important when you're multiplying fractions and whole numbers. The only thing that changed is the numerator. So we had 1 plus 1 plus 1. So we had 3/8. Okay? Next, I can show that with an area model. So I need to draw one whole, and I need to split it into 8 equal parts. Okay? And next, I would shade in 1/8, another 1/8, and another 1/8. And so I can see from my area model that I have shaded 3/8. All right, finally we can use number lines. And on a number line, I just need to move from 0, and I need to move through. Notice first of all that I've labeled my number line into eighths. So now I need to move 1/8, another 1/8, and a 3/8. And so there we land on 3/8. All right, so what if we don't have a unit fraction? No problem, we're going to use the same exact strategies. So, for example, repeated addition. I'm going to write out 2/5, and I'm going to write it out 4 times. So here we go, 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5, finally plus 2/5. Now remember, our denominator stays the same, so I'm going to end up with fifths. But how many fifths will I have? Well, let's add them up. We have 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. So my numerator is 8. I have 8/5. Now we've talked in class about transferring that into a mixed number because right now we have an improper fraction. So I need to say, how many times does 5 go into 8? 5 goes into 8 only one time, and then I have 3 left over. So my mixed number would be 1, because 5 goes into 8 one time. Remember, I had 3 left over, so my fraction becomes 3/5. Once again, I want to stress that our denominator stayed the same throughout. So if I did this with an area model, I would need to draw out 1, split it into fifths. 1, and let me go ahead and make another one. All right, so next I need to shade 2/5 4 times. So I'm going to shade 2/5. Switch colors here to show that I'm shading another 2/5. I need to shade another 2/5. So I've done it 3 times there, and now I need one last time. 2/5. So when I count how many fifths that I've shaded, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8/5. And once again, now we can easily see with our area model how our mixed fraction works. So we have 1 whole plus 3/5. So let me go ahead and write that. 1, then 3/5. So next, if I show this on the number line, I'm going to hop 2/5. Notice that I've split my number line into fifths. So I started with 0 and I had a whole. Those are split into fifths. And then between my 1 and my 2, which are whole numbers, I've split that into fractions as well, into fifths. And so now, when I get ready to move on the number line, instead of moving 1 space like we did with the unit fraction, I'm moving 2 spaces. So I'm going to move 2/5, 2/5, 2/5, and 2/5. I moved 1, 2, 3, 4 times because I was multiplying 2/5 times 4. And so now we can see on the number line where I landed. I landed right here, and now that's on the 3/5, but remember we went past the 1, so that's why it's 1 and 3/5. All right, guys, we'll practice more in class. Have a great day.